Then check this out.
Hey, howdy, hey, people of the internet, especially gamers on the internet. Wolfman47 Dash here. So today we're going to talk about E3. Now, those of you who have never heard of E3, and if I'm being honest, that's fine. Not everybody has heard of E3. Um, it is, or should say, was a gaming expo that was basically a good time for gamers because it meant that we could get to hear what sort of things will be coming out to our favorite consoles, um, including new hardware, new games, and all sorts of other stuff. And they spent some years sort of trying to sort of include other things besides those things, which some people were like, wait, what? Like I know one year there was one presentation where they were talking about films, which, if it's to do with games, fine. If it's not to do about games, why on earth are you talking about it? Um, but anyway, I've been watching E3 since 2006. That was the first E3 I ever saw. It was the one where they announced the Nintendo Wii, and it was about the sort of era where the seventh generation game was beginning. So it's quite an exclusive event. Usually, only the press, internet personalities, celebrity gamers, and selected members of the general public are allowed to go. Everybody else has to tune in online um, to all the different websites and companies that are covering it. And it's been going on for a good few years. Usually, the first few days are the presentations from all the major players in the gaming industry. So the big companies that make the game consoles, the big three as they're called. So nowadays it would be Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft, who respectfully make the PlayStation consoles, the Xbox consoles, and the Windows operating systems for PC. And at the time of doing this, the Nintendo Switch. Um, and then you got the major sort of game developers and publishers like Ubisoft, Activision, Bethesda, um, Square Enix, Sega, Capcom, and many others doing their sort of own presentations and stuff. And it's not just exclusively their own stuff. Like I know with the big three presentations, they do show off stuff that from other publishers that is usually because they think the game will perform better on that particular console, or it will just have exclusive features for that particular console, but will otherwise be the same game for all platforms that the games get released on. Yada yada yada. Um, and most and it's kind of they kind of work like the Star Trek films. One year it's a really great, really solid stuff. All sorts of great stuff coming our way, and all sorts. And then the following year it's not quite the same. Like a lot of things happen, technical issues happen. People look like they're reading from a script and actually going, "Oh wow, I'm really excited about this game coming out." You don't sound excited to me, mate. um, yeah, it's just an amazing time for gamers. However, but there's been a bit of an issue with it lately. You see, ever since COVID came about, yeah, funny how some of us are still talking about COVID, even though it's not actually a major issue as it once was. But anyway, E3's had to change course. Like sort of the first year of lockdown, they decided to not do it anymore, but not do it that year. But the didn't stop the sort of big major gaming companies still doing their presentations about their games and so forth. That still went ahead. Following year, it was a hybrid event, so most people joined online. Others went to the building to present, and then that was fine. I think the following year it didn't happen, but we still had a similar event instead. And now this year, 2023, we didn't have it at all. In fact, I don't think I heard any companies sort of do presentations at all this summer. It's an event that usually happens over the summer and is quite a major event. So I guess a big question a lot of people have or are sort of asking is E3 well and truly dead? Has it run its course and all that? Um, I'll be honest, I kind of think it is. It's reached its course. I think it's had a good run. It's had a lot of great years, some more memorable than others, whether that be intentionally or for memes and all that. It's had a good run, and all the companies now are still sort of doing their own way of presenting the stuff that's coming up. Like I know Nintendo kind of changed the scene a bit when they started doing their Nintendo Direct presentations, which some of which that PlayStation have started doing with their State of Play presentations. I don't know if Microsoft are doing a thing like that, but I know they usually host events, particularly Minecraft events and other stuff. Um, and it is what it is. It's a place where people can find out all these great games, hardware and so forth that's coming out. And often you'll hear people use buzzwords like thought provoking, open world, remaster, remakes, and all that. And eventually, and if you remember from my video game terminology video I did some time ago, these are words that they use to sort of help people make their decisions about what games they want to play. And sometimes it just doesn't always mean what they actually say it is. Like on they could one day say, oh, it's next gen graphics, but then you get the Watch Dogs incident where it's next gen graphics, but it actually looks like something from the previous gen. Yeah, it doesn't look very good. Um, and in the more recent years of E3, I actually kind of liked how they included PC gamers as well, because often PC gamers are is often, even though PC is kind of the hardware that's many steps ahead of the consoles because of the customization, and that pretty much any game you buy from the digital storefronts are yours to keep forever. It's not just a case of, oh, it's on the digital storefronts and then the digital storefront goes away because you have to upgrade your hardware. No, the digital storefront stays and you get to play as many games, all the games from all the different generations. Not necessarily every single one, because some you still have to use emulation software to emulate, and with newer advances in hardware, some games don't work as they used to. Like in my case, where I've tried to play a few games on there, but on my PC, which currently runs Windows 11, but not everything that's sort of old, decrepit, or retro and all that doesn't always guarantee to work. Um, PC gaming show is what it was called. I thought it was great that they included us PC gamers. So yeah, E3, it is what it is. It had a good run. People really enjoy it, and people still talk fondly of it, whether it be just to make poke fun at it, or just be quite controversial and critical about it because of how bad or mixed it's been. Um, and always make sure that whenever you find out the news about different games, that don't click on the ones that are guaranteed clickbait. Always click on the ones that are secure and brand new. Don't don't ever click on anything that's clickbait, because that's what the publishers want you to do. Click on it, and yeah. Um, and I think that about covers it. So yeah, if you want to see what people have thought of E3 over the years, go check. There's loads of videos on YouTube there where you can see what people thought of the different years, and also there's like highlights that people have shared from different years. I might, even though I've never been to E3 myself, and for reasons that are obvious, I won't ever go to E3. Um, I might actually do another top 10 where I'm sharing my favorite highlights from different years, because sometimes the things people do to advertise their games or get people talking about stuff that's happening at E3, it's very interesting. Right, so that's all I'm going to say on E3. So Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Peace to you all. And as I say, if you do want to find out different news to do with games and that, go online and go to a reliable source, one that you can trust, not any of these like fake news or clickbait stuff or gaming press that are among those people that are paid or bribed or paid to play these games by the publishers, so they're bribed to sort of give them good reviews. Yeah, always trust the ones that are honest about the games. So yeah, toodles.
Genji 2 is an action game which is based on Japanese history. The stages of the game will also be based on famous battles which actually took place in ancient Japan. So here's this giant enemy crab.